Attention, seniors! It's time to start gearing up for your senior project in quarter 4. And if you were unable to attend the meeting last week, Panther News caught up with our new senior project advisor, Ms. Scafidi, to learn all about the senior project and what it has to offer. Welcome to Panther News, Ms. Scafidi.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course, we're happy to have you, and we're also happy to learn more about the senior project in general. Before we begin, what do you do here at Franklin High School?
I am a new school counselor here who is working in the guidance suite, and one of my new roles is I am overseeing the senior project among other projects that I'll be taking on, and I get to support all the seniors as they pick a senior project site and location where they will spend their quarter 4 and go out and support the community or some other experience that will help them close out their experience K-12 here in Franklin.
Gotcha. Sounds great. And first off, can you give us a bit of an overview of what the senior project is and why students should do it?
Sure. If a senior wants to go out and explore, they can choose a project that is something related to their college major. They can do community service. They can pick a passion project, something related to something they really enjoy, and they are going to make sure that they close out their full year or their half year grades in the quarter 3, and they have to be in good standing, so no detentions, no tardies, they can't owe any money. They have to be in really good superior standing to be able to spend their quarter 4 outside of Franklin High School. So basically they leave the school for 6 weeks at the end of this year, and they get to go out into the community and have a working experience. It's a great way to transition them out of Franklin High and into the real world, really, where they're going to do 70 hours of work, which averages to about 12 hours a week out in the community and doing something on a day-to-day basis that isn't coming to Franklin High every day.
And can you tell us more about the steps that students need to do to successfully complete their senior project?
Sure. So some of the things that I've been doing to help them prepare is hosting win blocks, and that has been explaining the steps. And what they can do is first they have to get a mentor, which is a K-12 educator here in Franklin, and that mentor will support them throughout this process. Additionally, they're going to identify a site and a location that will support them through the 70 hours for quarter 4. They also are not paid for this internship experience, so they are going to be volunteering their time over those 12 hours a week. They will also have to have a daily reflection that they will submit to me, which talks about what they're doing on those 12 hours a week. They will also write a 3 to 5 page paper about the portrait of a graduate, who they are, and the benchmarks that they have hit throughout their experience here in Franklin, K-12. And there's also a presentation, a 10 to 15 minute presentation on senior project night, which is Wednesday, May 27th, the week before graduation, where they will present to a panel of professionals here in the district and talk about that experience. So it can be a PowerPoint, Canva presentation, it can be a demonstration, an activity, something that will show us what they did, what they learned, what they experienced on their 6-week internship.
And can you just tell us the requirements for seniors to be eligible to complete this project?
Like I said earlier, they want to be very careful that their grades are really strong, that they're not having too many tardies, that they're not missing too much school. I mean, really everything has to be lined up, and they have to have perfect behavior, that everything is going really well, that their grades are strong enough. And they just really need to make sure that they have a pristine transcript, that everything is going really well in order for them to qualify and be able to follow through on that quarter 4 outside of the high school.
Gotcha, that makes sense. And how should students go about choosing a topic or a focus for their senior project?
So after a student attends the win block with me to hear about all of the various steps and stages of this process, they can schedule a one-to-one meeting with me during one of their directed studies, or they can set up a time on a Friday win block with me, which is a one-to-one appointment. And I'm happy to sit with them and talk about what their interests are, what they want to do, what they like. And we can really kind of brainstorm about what a good site would be for them and what fits their needs and what their interests are. And then I will work with them around how to approach that location, talk about maybe a resume, and really kind of go through the stages of what securing that would look like. Students do need to let us know by January 30th what that commitment is, and there's a registration sort of sign-up process that we're going to go through, and then by then it's all lined up.
And how should students go about planning and managing their time through senior project?
Sure, I think that that's part of what some of those daily reflections are going to be about. They're going to set up their schedule as if, again, they won't be coming here every day, so they're going to set up that schedule so that it's, roughly 12 hours a week. So if you think you're not coming to school, 7:30 to 2:30 anymore, so what do those 12 hours a week look like, and how does that work in, say, with a part-time job you might have, or an athletic experience that you might have had? How do you, manage your time to average out to those 12 hours per week roughly, and what is that going to look like on a Monday through Thursday schedule? And it really is a transition, because students are thinking about college and moving into the real world, and sort of a soft launch, thinking about how do I manage my time and figure out what is it going to look like when I leave Franklin High and I start to be more independent and have to think about how I manage my time. And so we're looking to them to kind of work that out with their internship site and think about what would those hours look like and how to keep track of them. And when they're doing their daily reflections, they're going to share those with me based on what their schedule looked like and what their time spent on the job looked like and what they experienced that day, what they learned that day. And so it's going to be a case of them submitting those reflections on their shifts. And so it's going to be a balance of learning how to turn in those reflections based on when they were working. And so that's going to be part of the time management piece, and it's going to be a big change for a lot of them.
Speaking of time management, what are the various deadlines that seniors would have to meet if they do go on senior project?
Well, I think the biggest deadline is making sure that their skills and their time management are in line to complete all of their work by Q3, especially for their full year courses. And also for those students that might be considering APs, that might want to go out on a senior project, but also those full year courses that will be truncated and ending in Q3, and making sure that all of their assignments are completed and wrapped up by the end of Q3.
You talked a little about final presentations earlier in this interview. Could you elaborate more on those? What kind of final presentations are we looking at here?
For the senior project?
Yes.
It's really going to be based on what they learned and what they experienced and what they accomplished during their internship while they were out. Depending on the site, it could vary from location to location. So I think that it's really going to be very personal, and it's going to be something based on what the student, what they did on their site, and it could vary from location to location.
Just in general, since the meeting for senior project already happened, are students able to still sign up and get involved with it now?
The meetings are ongoing. I actually held one this morning during WinBlock, and I will continue to hold them until all of the seniors have attended. But students are able to set up WinBlock appointments still, and also see me in one-to-one meetings in my office, which the calendar is in the Google Classroom for the senior project.
What advice would you give to students to help them succeed and get the most out of this project?
I really am encouraging the seniors that are interested in doing senior project to find something that they're really passionate about and they're really excited about, and especially those that are thinking of pursuing something that is their major that they want to go after in college, because I think that definitely really digging in and finding out more about what they're excited about and what they're passionate about is really valuable for them to really learn more, and really, because I want them to enjoy their senior project. I want it to be something that they have a lot of fun with, and I think that just being excited about it and really chasing it is really the goal.
That's all we got for today. So seniors, listen back to all of that and think about attending those senior project meetings to see what you'd want to do in your Q4.